Hello, this is Lenny, aka Meteorica Milton, back with another Fortnite Save the World Storm Shield Defense. In this video, we'll be doing Plankerton Storm Shield Defense number 3. For this Storm Shield Defense, we had to add a second amplifier, Amplifier B. We'll get to that in 1 second. One thing you'll notice from the last Storm Shield Defense, there was a bunch of traps and everything on this side of the home base, and on this side I took those out because it will no longer get attacked because Amplifier B is there and Amplifier A is there, so that's all cleaned up. One thing we did do on this side was added one more layer of traps here and on this side, just because it's going to be slightly more difficult. And I think on the last one there were some that were getting, some huts that might have been getting a little too close to the base. On this side, all I did was add a couple wall dynamos in the center because that's where most of them come from if they spawn over here. We'll quickly go look at Amplifier A to see what changed there. The biggest change is I added all of this down here. So before I just had a couple trap tunnels up there. Now I added this little section here, basically just dynamos, some wall spikes, gas traps, one little timeout room. And then on this side, because they were spawning over, some of them were coming over here. I could not build over here before because the storm shield was, I think, like all the way over here. So I was able to add this. And also you'll see I put these metal boxes here just so they don't try to come up, like try to go through the center area. So this is just a little basic trap tunnel. Most of the huts will not come over here. They'll, if they spawn on the side, they should come up the main area over here. And then on this side, I just reinforced some of the walls, added a couple wall dynamos here and there, and then built a little more up here, I think. Yeah, again, I added a couple dynamos and just reinforced the walls. So nothing major on this side. And then over here, which is where they, if they spawn over here, they're going to spawn up on this hill. Again, I just added a couple extra dynamos just in case there's more husts, and they might be a higher power level, I can't remember. The big change obviously was adding Amplifier B, so we'll take a look at that very quickly before we get started. And as usual, I am running a constructor for his base ability, and I'm using energy. We'll look at it real quick. I'm using Sanguine for the energized boost because he has Plasma Pulse and also his base, so mainly for the base. And then I just threw Skull Ranger in there. She's just the highest level hero I have because I don't really have anything tactical that will boost me, because you'll see that for Hotfix, or his third ability is Bull Rush. I do have some heroes that give a Bull Rush boost, but I cannot unlock that until, I think you have to complete Canny Valley Storm Shield Defense number 1 to be able to evolve to 3-star. So right now, just throwing this, the highest level I have in here just to get the higher XP. So yeah, here's Amplifier B. And normally they're going to spawn over here somewhere, and this is honestly the tougher side to defend, or they're going to spawn over here. This is very straightforward. If they spawn over here, they always spawn down in that little water area, and then they come up this ramp and over here. I probably could have built something here, but I'll save that for maybe the next one, depending on how this one goes. Basically, this is just trying to send them back down, make them go back around while hitting them with some gas traps, damage traps. We got one timeout room in here, and then again, if they make it all the way back here, if they haven't died already from the traps, they're going to get thrown off. If they get thrown off here, they have to come back and walk all the way back up around and repeat the whole process. So it's very unlikely anything is going to make it all the way through here. Even a smasher will most likely either die from the gas traps or get knocked off, because I did upgrade my gas traps to level 15, power level 50. And as you'll see, I have legendary gas trap, legendary ceiling electric field. I got those out of I think, troll truck llama that I bought with V-Bucks earned from doing daily missions and other things like storm shield defenses. So if they spawn over here, most of them will come up through the main. They're going to mainly go directly towards the storm shield. So again, we got some damage traps out here, a couple timeout rooms, and then just trying to, if they make it all the way through, knock them back through and make them repeat the whole cycle. Sometimes they come from one over this side, over on this side. So again, I built a couple timeout rooms, which should handle pretty much everything. If they happen to make it all the way up, we got this launcher to knock them back down. The smaller ones will get knocked all the way back down. Some of the, I don't know, the Husky Huss may also roll down here. Kind of depends on the angle they take. If they do happen to make it up, they have to come all the way to this corner, and then they're just going to get slammed back here, and again, get hit. And actually, I should put, let me put one more trap up here real quick. Forgot to do that last time. And we'll just throw a ceiling electric field up, because that way, if something triggers the ceiling electric field, it'll hit this entire area. So like all of these tiles over here are going to get hit 3 by 3. So that's pretty much what we built for Storm Shield Defense number 3. So let's just go get it started. Once again, also, you can see that little brick structure up there on top that's not reinforced. I put the little sections where I want to put my base. So I have all those marked off so that as soon as I start, I can run over and just drop the base down, not have to think about it. And I think I'm gonna not use defenders just to see, unless it gets crazy. If it gets crazy, I'll throw a defender down. Otherwise, I plan on just letting the traps do all the work. All right, so let's get started. So we have 3 waves. Home base is getting attacked from the, what is that? The north, which is the honestly the best side I could get attacked from, because it's the one that has, I almost want to call it like the Hydra, because it's like a 3-headed monster over here. You got 3 trap tunnels. Pretty much nothing should get through here, and the base is covering all of it. So let's just see what we get first wave. All right, it's a 2-minute defense. So all right, we got some B, some Skinny Huss, some Husky Huss. Just looking to see if there's any lobbers or propane. Does not look like it so far, so definitely not going to use a defender right here. We'll just see what happens. Let's see how far they actually make it in. So they are power level 23. Most of the traps are slightly above that or more. The ceiling traps are well above it, just because they're a legendary. It sounds like we might have some flingers. Is there a flinger out here? Yeah, okay, so the flingers could throw some trash up top. So let's throw a turret up. I was hoping the turret would actually target the flinger. Okay, it's targeting, and actually we do have some propane coming in now, so we're just going to stand as far back as possible. The propanes won't throw their propane tank unless they're within 2 tiles of you, so I'm far enough back that they should not be able to see me. Oh, there's one. Alright, so we got some flinger trash. And we got another B. Oof, they're coming in here. Alright, well that's fine. I'm gonna do the same thing I do when there's lobbers. I'm just gonna stand in a little open field and have them target me over here instead of targeting the base, so they won't take any damage. And if you do have to deal with a flinger, the best thing to do is, okay, so we did get a couple lobbers, but way late. Alright, so it's either going to be A or B this time. Okay, A.
Another wave coming soon. Prepare for an attack from the west.
The west. This way, okay. Getting a little turned around here. Alright, so again, this is probably the best side that this could get attacked from. This is where we have our main trap tunnels. Alright, and as you can see, the base is covering everything up there and all the way down to the main thing. Okay, so this is an actual, we have to kill 100 Huss. And they are spawning up there. Okay, we do have lobbers. And I'm just going to stand, let's stand over here. Are they wall damaging? I cannot, they're not doing any damage yet, so. Maybe let's go up here just to see what's happening. Are they doing damage? Yep, they're actually doing quite a bit of damage. And we have flingers. Alright, so what I'm gonna do to just try to avoid this is I'm gonna stand over here so that they target me. And it'll basically do no damage to the base if they target me. Which it appears they are not doing this time for some reason. They have actually broken all these steps over here. Wow. Alright, so the turret is back up. I'm going to throw the turret up here just to try to eliminate these lobbers. Otherwise, they could do a substantial amount of damage to the structures. As you can see, they're not hurting they're not really hurting. No, they're taking down tier 3 metal. That's tier 2, tier 3 metal. They are just absolutely wrecking. Oof. Alright, so I'm actually going to upgrade this a little bit. Yeah, this is the one thing. It's like, the alternative would be to, I don't know why the turret's not... Alright, they're actually destroying the ceilings. Wow. Alright, let's go handle them. Alright, now... Oh, there's more... Alright, so we have we have another wave of lobbers. So I'm just going to go ahead and reinforce all the ceilings here. As you can see, they completely destroyed this section right here. Alright, that takes care of them. Wow, these aimbot cowboys are lighting me up. Alright. So this is taking a long time. Like, this wave should not take this long, but it's because of these lobbers. They just won't stop spawning. How many are there going to be? That's insane. They just keep spawning. Alright, let's just keep reinforcing. Hopefully they start targeting me. I don't know why they're not. Last time they did target me. Maybe because they can't see me. But they're just going ham on this base over here. Again, they destroyed the... Alright, I'm gonna go kill them, because they are just gonna start destroying everything. Alright, actually, yeah, come into here. That'd be great. Alright, so we still haven't had to fire a single bullet. The turrets are doing work, but that's... They wrecked a fair amount. So you can see, like, this is only Plankerton Storm Shield Defense number 3, and those, well, like 8 or 10 lobbers destroyed a fair amount of the base. I mean, this was all this is gone. And they're still spawning. And the problem is they won't come down here. And where they're spawning up on that hill, it's very hard to, you can't build like a lobber net, because sometimes you can build a net. But basically a net would be just like putting a giant floor above them. But because they're spawning up on that hill, there's no way I could do it. Like, if they were spawning down there, I could just build a wooden ceiling all the way over the place, and it would force them into trap tunnels. Alright, so we just have 5 left, so... Wow, they actually blew this whole thing up, too. Wow. So we're going to have a decent amount of repairs to do for the next one, but we're going to head over to B, because B should be getting attacked next for the 3rd and final wave. Alright, good news is we didn't take any damage. And excellent. They're attacking from the side that I would prefer them to attack from. It's much easier to defend over here. hopefully we don't get bombarded with lobbers again. Well, wall damaging lobbers. I could if it's just if they're the ones throwing the stink bombs, it's not a big deal because I can just run around. But when they're destroying the structures, which is exactly why I put these metal roofs on top. Alright, so far it's just Skinny Husk and Husky Husk. Let's go down here and see what's actually going on. Did not mean to do that. So we'll see if anything actually gets through. And we had to defend for 4 minutes here, so that's a fairly long defense. So like if you don't have trap tunnels or any kind of trap slowing them down, you're going to be getting probably a couple hundred husks coming through here, and it's going to be very difficult to just sit there and fend them off by shooting them or meleeing them. That's why you want to always have trap tunnels. And especially, look at all these bees. Can you imagine having to actually sit there and fight off all those bees? Alright, sounds like there's a alright, so we have a smasher, and we have some riot husks, the ones with the refrigerator doors. Alright, so the smasher actually got thrown off pretty easily. And these are only power level 28. I think they're level 10. Yeah, they're just level 10 evolved up from, so basically they're 2-star, but they're level 10. They have, and they're handling the smashers fairly easily. Smashers getting thrown back. Gas traps are eating them up. So far, not even a smasher has made it. Only the smashers have made it to this tile. Everything else is just getting wiped out by that gas trap on the first tile. So this looks like it's going to be a much smoother round or wave than the previous wave, as long as we don't just suddenly get a round of lobbers throwing their purple destruction balls, or destruction skulls, we can say. Oh, no, we do have some lobbers, but she's just throwing stink bombs, so I really don't care about her. But I will throw a turret up to take care. A turret should eliminate her. Yep. Alright. Actually, there's 2 of them. Yeah, I'll take those all day long over the ones that are destroying structures. Alright, so we're more than halfway through. Only 2, that's only been used twice. They're not even making it. The smashers are just getting wrecked also. This is actually working out great. That means all this is going to be good to go through the next couple storm shields probably. It's much more difficult to defend from that side because they can come from... They normally spawn in the big open area over there, but they can come... They take some weird angles, basically. That's why I had to build... I built blocks of wall up there to try to keep them down here. And then I built the little tunnel over there, because sometimes they'll even... I'll show you real quick. Sometimes they'll even come up underneath of here. This is you cannot... So you can't build here. And they will just come up underneath of here and just start beating on us. That's why I reinforced it to level 3. And I kind of left it as open as possible, just try to get them an easy path in. Because if you make it hard for them, they will find a way in. Even if it means destroying your floors. So let's see. This has not been used at all. This has only been used 3 times. And we only have about 25 seconds left. So other than wave 2 where we had the wall damaging lobbers, this went very smoothly. Oh, we have more. I'm actually curious to see how many times the if it lets me get down there. I wanted to see how many times the wall launchers actually got used. Well, that was that. So 3 smashers total made it past 3 tiles in there, so that worked out really well. You can see you don't really need that many traps to handle these early storm shield defenses, and just getting in the habit of building like this helps you for later on when you have to do the Canny Valley and Twine Peaks. And also like Plankerton storm shield defense 9 and 10 are actually fairly difficult if you don't have traps. I mean, even with traps they can be difficult because some of the waves you have to eliminate 800 to 1,000 husks, and that's a lot to eliminate using weapons or abilities. Like, you really want to use as many traps as possible. So we'll see what rewards we get real quick. We should get a couple mini llamas, some XP, and V-Bucks. And then with the way with the way the survivors are working now, we should get I think at least one survivor slot unlocked, and then some expedition slots unlocked as well. All right, so we got 11,000 hero XP, 3 mini llamas.
Wow, here is a compliment.
100 V-Bucks. Unlocks lead slot and first 2 slots. So we got unlocked 3 survivor slots there. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 expedition slots.
I have treasure for you, Commander. Valuable treasure. It is also safe treasure.
So really quickly we will look at, what do we get? Okay, so we got the 3 mini llamas, which we can actually open those real quick. It'll only take a second. Nice. So 1 goes silver, means we should get at least 90 gold. $50, $80. So we got 130 gold out of the first one. That's pretty solid. The max you can get is, I think, 150. Some more XP, 30 gold. Okay, so we're up to, it's at 160 gold so far.
Guess what? I love helping the good guys.
So 190 gold from the 3 mini llamas, not too bad. And then we got a couple thousand XP. And let's see, I'll quickly look at the schematics we got. This is mostly stuff you can either put in the collection book or recycle. Main thing is the survivor slots. So we're gonna go back to squads. So right now we're at power level 25 and we are like 90% filled up the bar. So we filled up the first 4 bars and half the next bar if you look at the top left corner. Putting these in is gonna bump us up at least to 26, maybe 27. So this is the training team. Now fortunately I already have a training team leader and it is epic. So right there that bumped us up 2.5 bars. And then he's a dreamer, so ideally we're gonna try to match the personality. And actually let's change this one to the heart. So that'll give us a health bonus. So that right there, that just putting those 3 survivors in without even leveling them up, bumped us up a full power level. And I should have, okay, so I have some XP. Alright, that got us to 27. And we'll just keep leveling him up, because you want to get your leads, you want to level up your leads to like level 10 before you start on these. And then once you get them to 10, then you can start getting them to 20. Kind of try to keep the leads a full 10 levels ahead if possible. So that worked out great, and like I said, not many issues. We can, I guess, real quickly go back in and look at how much damage we actually took. This will just take a minute because I am curious. What did we get? Probably like 6 to 8 waves of or 6 to 8 rounds of the wall damaging lobbers in the second wave. And they did a lot. They started destroying a lot. They could have very easily destroyed that entire trap tunnel if they would have just been targeting each section and without the base. Like imagine, I had the base up there which strengthens it. Without that base, they would have been falling really quickly. So lesson learned there, probably would have been better off reinforcing everything to at least tier 2, but I did not have, I ran out of brick. Or stone, sorry, stone. So the home base and amplifier B didn't take
We're ready to expand again.
any damage. We're ready to expand again? No, we're not. We're just ready to look and see what's going on up here real quick. So none of this was touched, obviously, because it was on the opposite side. Nothing over there was touched. But this was all just totally wrecked. So like this needs to be, whoops. This took damage. This entire thing here took damage. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Meant to do that, put the floor down. That took a little bit of damage. That even took damage? What is that? I don't know why that's there. Oh, okay, that's the actual roof of the lower area. Like, this even took damage somehow, even though nothing was down there. And then up here... Alright, none of this took damage, which is great. Alright, so that looks okay. I'll just need to make sure I come back in here, and I just wanted to kind of get a quick glance at it. I'm not going to sit here and fix everything because I don't have the greatest setup. Like, I'd prefer to have 2 hot fixers to redo all this because they save a lot of mats. But what I'll end up doing for the next storm shield defense is putting this one more tile out probably, and maybe even putting like a set of steps like up here with another, because if they spawn, they're going to spawn up there. That's 100% guarantee, and they're going to mostly come down this path. So anyway, that was Plankerton Storm Shield Defense number 3. Again, we had the home base amplifier A right here, and then we had to add amplifier B, and I think on the next one we'll have to throw down, as you can see, Storm Shield Defense number 4, we're going to have to put down the 3rd amplifier, and then each one thereafter, it's either, I'm not sure if it's every one or like every other one, you have to place another amplifier, so it just kind of makes it, it's obviously more difficult to defend when you're having to defend 5, maybe 4 or 5 different amplifiers instead of just having 2 or 3 where you can focus all of your attention on them. So anyway, hopefully this was informative and you can get an idea of kind of what good trap tunnels look like. Again, I don't think these actually have uses. Yeah, somehow these are all getting reset, which I don't understand, because normally there is a possibility there's a glitch right now or a bug where if your trap doesn't have, like, this has no durability perks on it. This one does, so, but they're getting reset. Because sometimes you'll have like the wall launchers or the gas traps. Like, those are the only 2 I've ever noticed where I actually have them on my other account, on my like higher storm shields in Twine and Canny, where I'm having to go in and replace the wall launchers because they don't reset. Like, these are resetting. These may not have been used, but I know some of the ones, like these over here. Let's go check really quickly to see how many times they should have uses on them, but I think they all reset, which is awesome. That means I don't have to replace them every time. Actually, this one broke, so this one reset. Yeah, this one was definitely 17 out of 20. So like, this one actually got used more than 20 times because obviously it's taking the most damage. This must have had, as long as it has at least one left, it resets, which is great. So can't complain about that. Definitely going to save on resources because storm shield defenses will use up a lot of your resources if you're building proper trap tunnels. But anyway, I'm going to end it there, and we'll see you in the next storm shield defense video.